Welcome back to Views with Hughes and Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So now we have another boycott here where there's some players planning to boycott Final Fantasy XVI. I got a feeling this is going to work the same way it did with the whole Hogwarts Legacy boycott, you know, where at least around like what 2.9% of people are just going to be boycotting it and everything, who are upset about this game because it lacks this diversity. You know, it's not diverse enough. All right. So this is coming in from Eurogamer.net. It says here, coming in from Vicky Blake, that some Final Fantasy players have revealed they plan to boycott Final Fantasy due to the development team's continuously questionable response to a lack of diversity in the game. Here's the thing. This particular game is based on early settings of medieval Europe, I heard. Okay. Why is it that everybody's trying to go ahead and do the same thing, try to get them to do the same thing that movies doing and shows, and trying to get people who play the games to see someone that looks like them playing? You know, not the whole gaming community is like that. Okay, this is just only a small percentage of it, if like 10% or under. All right, but it's like all this started from the previous decade. Okay, and now it's another boycott that's not even going to affect the sales of the game. All right, so it says here, last November, producer Naoki Yoshida addressed the lack of diversity in an interview, and the response did little to assuage the concern of Black and minority ethnic players. In direct response, some players are now plan to boycott Final Fantasy XVI due to the lack of diversity and minority characters. So as they said, despite notable criticism and backlash online regarding the lack of diversity in the game and Square's continuously questionable response to the topic, it seems a lot of people are still planning to purchase Final Fantasy XVI, began one poster. Then another person said, this feels a little odd to me because it would seem like the best way to send a message to Square would be to vote with the wallet per se and not purchase the game given the concerns. Here's the thing though. It only works if that particular population were a majority. You know, this is like a minority of people, a small number of people in the population, the given community who actually care about things like this. You know, that's the only way it works, is if those who are the protesters or the boycotters are the majority. In this case, it's not. Okay, and someone else says, therefore, I was specifically wondering if anyone was going to take a stand and not purchase or boycott on Final Fantasy XVI due to these issues. Someone else said, I am. It's not particularly difficult either, given just how many games there are to play. It won't be the needle, but it'll make me feel bad about my purchases, said one commenter. But another one added, I'm not buying it, to be completely honest, knowing that Starfield and Dragon's Dogma are coming with Black characters, and Black character creation make it easy to skip Final Fantasy XVI. Forspoken is mediocre, but Frey is a good character, helps a bit, I'm good. But at the time of this writing, over 1,200 players have responded to the poll, but just 2.9%, as I said earlier in the video, that's around 40 people, are intending to intentionally boycott the release, with 72.8% still committed to buying it despite the issue. So now we see the majority are actually going to buy the game and try it out for themselves. 24.3% of those polled didn't plan to pick up Final Fantasy at all. Most likely because of the fact that they don't own, PlayStation 5 or PS5. They might be those who avoid it at all costs and have Nintendo Switch, or just those who really enjoy Xbox, Says here, no, if I boycotted games due to lack of diversity in terms of characters that look like me, I wouldn't have an itch to play outside a few indies at best, to put it very bluntly. But the rep for Black women in gaming is abysmal across the board, and I would say it's even worse for South Asian women, South American women, etc., etc. Someone else also stated, since since the very first time I started playing games before the age of 5, I play games based on if they're fun or not. 30-some years later, this has not changed. Added another person. Coming from a Black person, if you want to boycott, go for it. I'm there day one. All right. So yeah, this is actually pretty funny because of the fact that we still have more people who are keyboard activists out there if you will, just stating that they're going to boycott it because of the fact that it lacks diversity. I guarantee you want to see across Twitter and everything, a lot of people, well, not, I wouldn't even say a lot of people, a small portion of people talking about this, you know, saying that the game's not diverse enough. But then you're also going to see a majority of those are silent because, well, they just don't care about it. They don't care about if the game is diverse or not, and also don't care about the opinions of those who say that the game doesn't have enough sufficient diversity, you know, and I'm going to boycott, rah, rah, rah. No, it'll work if those who are upset about the game who are doing the boycott are the majority. But in this case, that 73% of people polled, they're the majority. They're going to keep playing the game. And then you also have those out there who don't really care because they don't do the PS5. They just do Xbox. They just do Nintendo Switch. All right. But yeah, this is just nothing more than another gimmick of a failed attempt to go ahead and boycott something that's just going to continue to make more money. All right. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Do you think that this boycott is going to go far? Do you think that, or like, what good do you think this is going to come out of this boycott right here? You know, how would you feel about people, the people who are trying to boycott the game? Do you think they're wasting their time, or do you think they just want to be heard? Okay, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know what went wrong in the video. Also, be sure if you enjoyed I shared this video, go ahead and smash the like button and share far and wide across social media. And if you enjoyed all my content, you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.